Welcome back to Travel with Lauren. Today we are going to explore one of the most traveled two cities in the entire world, Paris. Paris is the capital of France and holds many amazing landmarks such as the Eiffel Tower, Palace of Versailles, Arc de Triomphe, Notre Dame, which is an amazing cathedral that unfortunately caught on fire a few years ago, so we weren't able to go inside, and the Museum Louvre, which is the most visited art museum in the entire world with about 9.6 million visitors year-round. So I started off my trip with a river cruise down the Seine River, which is a large river that runs directly through Paris. We went by the Eiffel Tower. We went by also the original Statue of Liberty. The one in America is actually a gift. It was given to us by the French in 1886 to celebrate the friendship we had with them during the American Revolution. But it was an amazing river cruise, got to see the city from the water. But now I'm very hungry, so it's time for dinner, some real French cuisine.
Sa façade a été présentée à l'exposition universelle de 1900.
Okay, so while in Paris, we have to try one of Parisian's delicacies, which is escargot. And if you don't know what that is, it is snails. Snails with very yummy sauce on it. And they give you these fun tools to hold it and pick it out. So it makes it kind of like challenging, but we're gonna try it because when in Paris, why not? Okay. It's really good. After my surprisingly delicious snail dinner, I decided to check out some Parisian nightlife. So I found a local club and had some drinks, met some fun people, and I'll let your imagination do the rest. Okay, so we're on the Champs-Élysées, and we see the Arc de Triomphe. And this is the super famous shopping street. It's got all the famous designers as well as all the local Parisian shops. And it's super long. Look at this view. Are you kidding? So right now eating dinner at Le Hombre, which is this amazing restaurant here behind me. This is what I'm looking at, and I had to come outside because the sunset is just so amazing. For some odd reason, every night in Paris is an incredible, incredible sunset. I'm not sure why, but they say it's the most magical city, and it's clear that it most definitely is. I'm just so in love with it. I just can't stop looking at it. And you see all the buildings, all the cute little homes here, all these apartments. Just imagine having this view every single day. Anyways, it was just too magical not to come out and show you. I mean, how could you not be in love with the city? Oh my god, how sweet! Oh,
Ice cream chocolate.
oh thank you.
Raspberry.
Amazing. Okay, so on 3. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Yes. There's more.
This is for me.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. 9:59 p.m. and every night at 10 p.m. exactly, the Eiffel Tower goes from this beautiful glow to a sparkling vision to be seen. So we are going to wait. It should be just a couple seconds now, and here it is! Yay! It's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. Good morning. So today, the big thing that I'm going to do, which I'm so excited about, is I'm going to tour the Palace of Versailles. So here we are approaching it. We're on the grounds now. I have a private tour guide that's going to take us around, and I can't wait to see inside. It's amazing. I know all about this place. I was obsessed with Marie Antoinette for a long time. So let's go check it out. The Palace of Versailles is a world-famous palace located in the city of Versailles, about 12 miles west of Paris. 15 million tourists visit the palace and gardens every year, making it one of the most popular tourist attractions in the entire world. So now we are entering the Hall of Mirrors, which is my favorite part of the Palace of Versailles. And you have to take a look at this. It is absolutely stunning. And it's called the Hall of Mirrors because on each side, it's lined with mirrors. And it goes all the way down this way. Sitting at 88 million square feet, it has 2,300 rooms and 230 acres of elaborately designed gardens. Back then, it housed all the royals and the nobles of the land, so they lived for free, they ate for free, they had massive parties, really anything you could imagine. But the king was happy to do it so he could have them all in one place to make sure they weren't going to conspire against him. The last king was Louis XVI, who married the very famous Marie Antoinette, who is known throughout history for her phrase, which she may have said or may not have said, "Let them eat cake." She was known for her incredible outfits and expensive wigs that would sit 3 feet high on her head. Her and King Louis XVI were the last royals to occupy the Palace of Versailles until about 1798, when the French Revolution sparked and thousands of starving peasants stormed the castle right to their front door. Okay, so right now we are in the courtyard in front of the King's Chamber. So up there on that balcony is where when the French Revolutionaries came and thousands of people were amassed out here ready to storm the palace and end the monarchy, she came out and she bowed and she apologized to the people and actually ended up saving her life in that time. Now in the gardens of the Palace of Versailles, they have the Grand Canal. And King Louis XV used to have gondolas going and people singing, so he named it Little Venice. So I'm now gonna take one of these little boats and go ride around. Okay, so we left Palace of Versailles in the gardens, and now we are at the private palace of Louis XIV. And this is the entryway. So not only did they have the Palace of Versailles, the main palace, but then they each had their own private palace. So the king had a private palace and the queen also had a private palace. So this one's the king. So right now I'm at the Queen's Hamlet, which is basically an escape for Marie Antoinette to be able to, you know, get away from the palace and her duties. And she actually was from Austria and she did not like the French style and she was very homesick. So she asked King Louis XVI if he could build her an area that modeled her hometown. So this is the Queen's Hamlet, where basically it's a little village made up of a few cottages that is styled after the village in Austria that she grew up in. Okay, time to get our COVID tests. Traveling right now, we love to do it, but we have to be safe. So that concludes my trip to Paris. I hope that you enjoyed seeing everything, all the sights and beautiful locations that I showed you. I mean, it's safe to say that I am absolutely in love with this city. It makes sense why it's the #1 travel to city in the entire world. Everywhere you look, it's beautiful energy and architecture, and every building that you pass is pretty much historic because the city is so old. Everything has significance, so it's so cool because you're walking through such rich history and beautiful buildings, and you can just feel the love in the air. That's why it's called the City of Love. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Travel with Lauren.